Hi there, welcome to Elm Colors. I'm Erica. Welcome to the fourth video in our series for Witchtober. This is where I'm just going to be coloring a series of witch pictures throughout a bunch of different books. Each one is focused on a color palette, and I do have a color along on Instagram as well if you would like to color along. I have the palettes all posted on my community tab here on YouTube and also in a post on Instagram. So you can check those out if you would love to color along with me. I would love to see your pages. So today we're going to be coloring in Witch's Ball by Deborah Muller. And actually we're coloring this page, which I didn't realize it was the cover page when I picked it. But we're going to be doing this one. So I am using, today's color palette is going to be the Wicked Witch, which I think is a fun palette. Of course, she's going to have green skin because of the Wicked Witch, but I'm trying to figure out what to do with the rest of this. Really inspired by one of the images on here, the one where she's like in the center of the like the yellow circle. So I'm kind of going to do something similar to the background, I think, with some alcohol markers. I'm going to try my best at least. And yeah, and then we'll go to town on her. But so I'm just going to get started with my alcohol marker work first. I'm going to do some of the background work and show you some of that, and then we'll come back and I'll color in the rest of her as well. So then we'll probably focus on a couple of pieces here and there with some pencil shading, and yeah, and then we'll be done. It'll be another fun, quick speed color / color chat, whatever these videos are. I kind of like them though. They're fun. They take a lot longer than they do like what you actually see. It takes a lot longer than that, but I like the shorter format, I think. And it seems like a lot of you are liking that as well. So with that being said, let's get started. I'll talk to you guys here again in a second. All right, so that took a while. I just kept layering because I really wanted to get the overall look right. I still messed up quite a bit around the outsides, but that's an easy fix. And, you know, I might not even fix it. I don't know. We'll see. It still looks a little splotchy, but I think that's okay because I'm going to add some sparkly bits on top of it later on. So hopefully that'll kind of camouflage some of the streakiness. But I'm good with the way it is right now. So the next thing I'm going to do is the moon. So I have 3 colors for that as well. I'm trying to decide how I want to do this, because if you look at the inspiration image, the bottom part of the moon is like greenish and the top part's like a really golden color. So I think that's where I was leaning. So I have a couple of my Ohuhu markers that I'm just gonna go ahead and use those, and we'll do the moon really quick, and then I'll be back with you again. Okay, I did add in another yellow, like a more golden-y yellow, to get a nice blend all the way across. Okay, next, let's do, I'm going to do her skin. So I'm going to use this YG03. This is the, this is a Copic marker, and this is just the base layer. So I'm just using Well, I hope this is going to dry a lot lighter than what I am putting on the paper right now. I think this dries a lot lighter. Fingers crossed that it does, because I meant to do a lighter skin tone here. Okay, skin's done. Let's work on, so now I have some grays that I'm going to use. So I know her hair for sure is going to be black. So I'm going to start with the gray and then work in some shading and highlights. I just don't know how dark to go for the hair, because I feel like I want her hair to be darker than her clothes. Like her clothes will still be blackish, but they won't be quite as black. So I think I'm going to start with the dark gray that I have. So this is a neutral gray 6 from the Ohuhus. So I'm just going to go ahead and get all of her hair done. Okay, hair's done. I like the way she's looking so far. I do need to do her dress now. So this is going to be kind of me trying to decide what exactly I want to do here, because I have I have a couple of gray greens that I can use, which I think are green gray or whatever they are from the Ohuhu set. I think those will work well. And then I have this purple that is going to get interspersed in here somehow, and I just don't know how that's going to get worked in yet. So that's still I'm trying to think about that a little bit. Definitely want purple underneath her hat, on the underside of her hat. So we're going to do that there. Yeah, okay. So this big bow is going to be purple. And then her, the stripes on the hat here are going to be purple and green. Okay. Then I've got, we're going to do a purple moon. All the moons on the dress will be purple as well. All right, so the hat, I'm going to do alternating colors with the grays, because I still want it to be kind of more like a black hat, but I want it to have a little bit of color in there. So I'm going to go ahead and alternate these two grays. So I have GG5, which is the darker one here, and GG3 that I'm going to be switching back and forth between. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my green gray 1 as well, and we're going to do, on her dress, I'm going to do dark to light, I think is how it's going to go. So, yeah, no, I'm just going to stick with these 3. So we're going to do, I'm going to do GG5 on the top part. I'm going to have the straps there and the little connector pieces. Those are all going to be purple. But all the rest of the top there is going to be this GG5. And then the next section will be GD3, and the next section will be GD1. Okay, time for some shading on the face. I'm using my Prismacolor pencils in various shades of green, just adding a few highlighting and contour and shadow details with my pencils. Yeah, like I said, various shades of green, and then at the end there, I will end up blending all of that with that bright chartreuse color, and that kind of adds a little bit of a yellow tone to the skin too. So it's a good mix of that yellow and the green that's already on the page. And now I'm coming in with a nice dark color to add all the shadows back in. And then I'll also be using that color around like her eyes. So I'm using some purple for the eyes to match her bow and her hat. And then I'll use the black again to just kind of reinforce her eyelashes and her eyebrows. And then I will use the black as well on her lips. Okay, time for the hair. So with Prismacolors, I tend to do similar things where I do like a little bit of a block shadowing effect. It's real hard to get those individual strands with your Prismas. So I like to do like big chunks of shadow and then branch out from there the best that I can. For her hair, I'm using a mix of black and then a lighter gray, which you'll see me come in and kind of bring in a few strands with that lighter gray, and then I use white to bring in even more strands, and then I add in a little bit of that chartreuse green at the end to just kind of blend all of the page together. And then now I'm starting on her hat, so you can kind of see some of the shading that I do. Again, just using various grays and black here and there when it calls for it. And then adding that chartreuse in all over the place just to kind of, I don't know, reinforce that color, I guess. I kind of want that color all throughout the page. And it ends up being all over her clothes and her hat, and it's in her hair, it's on her skin. So kind of just makes everything mesh really well together. One of the things I really like to do when I'm coloring fabrics is to really emphasize the highlights and the shadows. And that white on top of, the Prismacolor white specifically on top of the alcohol markers is just perfect for that. Okay, so here is where we are. After all the shading and stuff has been done, I want to do a couple little extra embellishments. You can see that I've left some of the beading clear, and I'm going to go through with my black Link Shine pen and just do a quick, I'm going to color those in really quickly with that. Okay, so there's that one. Now, I'm going to do one more thing and then we'll move on to the next section. So I'm just going to take this gold gel pen that I have here, the glitter pen, and I'm just going to go right around the outside of the moon. All right, got a little bit of glitter going on in there. I really like that. Another glitter gel pen. I've got this lovely purple one that I'm going to fill in the moon up here. I'm very tempted to do the ones on her skirt, but I might hold off on that. And then the other thing that I wanted to try, and I have no idea if this is going to work, but we're going to try. I was very inspired by the, the same background, the same image that I was inspired like by the background for, like all the swirls and stuff that are on the background. So I'm going to try to add in a few kind of swirly bits. I'm not exactly sure how to do that, so I'm just going to kind of glance at this again, but I just want a few. So I'm just going to draw in some swirls. We're just going to go in with my, I'm just using my dark green Prismacolor. And then I can make some parts of the lines a little bit bigger than others, so that it looks like there's different thicknesses. Of course, I can't see that right now because it's reflecting the light in a weird way. But I think I'm just going to go through and do a few, because I think all of those circles kind of face the same way. No, I lied. So then this one is going to just kind of come off of this side. I have no like rhyme or reason to why I'm doing a circle or a swirly part a certain way. I just kind of want that little bit of extra embellishment, if that makes sense. And there's like smaller circles that come off of here too that are thinner. We'll do one this way. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so then this part's going to be much thicker. I'm just going to do that in all 4 of the corners. And I think I'll probably leave it at that. Just maybe add like little tiny curls in here too. So I'm hoping you guys can see it here. I'll hold it up to the camera so hopefully you can see that little extra detail. And I'm just going to do that in all 4 of the corners here. All right, next little bit is I'm going to use my stickles to add some sparkly bits to all of the stars. Trying not to make a super big mess. All right, let's see what we think about that. Do we love it? I like the little swirlies I added. Those add a fun little touch. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to do. I was going to do something extra to the brim of her hat. I think I'm going to add some stickles to that as well. I think that's it. I was going to do like splashes of gold or something, but I think that I kind of just like it. I mean, I like the way that the blend ended up working. It's not the best. It's not the smoothest blend for sure, but it's still a fun blend. So yeah, so that's it. That's going to be the page. Again, one more thing I'm thinking of. Let me just do a little bit on this one and see if I like it. No, I like it. Get out of here. Yeah, I was gonna outline the swirls with a lighter sparkly pen, but I think this is gonna be it. So one more little bit. Sorry, I knew I was gonna do that. I saw this little white skull and he needs some sparkles. Okay, so yeah, so there's the page. I'm hoping that you can see some of the sparkly bits. I love to add stickles and gel pen to my pages just because they're so much fun. And I really like the way that this one turned out. I know that the voiceover was a little bit different on this one, and not as much live coloring as some of the other videos, but I hope that you enjoy it still. Next video, I think, is the Candy Witch. So that'll be fun. Look for that next Tuesday. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm loving the responses to this. I hope you guys are enjoying this series as much as I am. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.